But he was always a different kind of guy.
He's a different guy altogether.
He's a different kind of dude. There's a great story in the book where he said you wake up one night and he's staring into space. Is he thinking about his dad or is something bothering him? And what was he thinking about?
It's like income inequality. It's like, really, dude? I thought you were dreaming about me.
So you knew that he was different. You're very candid about talking about marital counseling.
Mm-hmm. You know, I tell young couples, it's like when you get married, you've got that moment, those years, if you're lucky, where it's just the two of you, individuals on your paths. You come together when you need to. It all works until you have kids. Your first joint project where the inequalities are felt. You know, I'm working and managing childcare and sick kids and trying to coordinate my job, and he's flittering in. Tensions started to arise, and we knew that we needed to have a place where we could really work these feelings out.
Was he like, great, let's go to counseling?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I can't wait to go.
You know, Barack is a problem solver. It's like, I'll buy a book and we will study
on relationships,
and we will study chapter 12. You read chapter 13 and we can figure this out. You know, it's just one of those things, like, we don't need help from anybody. And I was like, because for me, I was like, I need to go to somebody who's going to tell you, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Yeah. Exactly. And I talk about that. It's like, well, I didn't get that. The period of counseling for me was a turning point because I learned that I was still responsible for my own happiness. It wasn't his job to solely make me happy. I had to figure out my space in this.
Do you still feel if we need to go back, we would do that?
Absolutely.
Even though that you're so well known now?
Oh, gosh, yes.
That doesn't...
Yeah. I think counseling is one of those tune-up times. Marriage is hard.
Yeah.
All marriages are hard. And even, look, you know us. I love my husband.
Yeah.
We have a wonderful marriage, but it takes work.
Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. Yo, salute to Michelle Obama for being transparent, for being honest with us, for letting the people know that, you know, hey, sometimes in marriage, everything is not always peachy keen. And she kept it real. She said that marriage takes work. Right? And it's like there is never a problem that we are presented with in life that cannot be solved if we have a solution oriented, a solution built, a solution desired mindset. But we have to desire a solution in order to seek it and in order to make it a manifestation. So I salute and I commend the sister for just coming out in her book as her new book sold 1.4 million copies in a week. But, you know, just her transparency and keeping it 100, man. Because especially the young people really need to know that, you know. A lot of people get told these fairy tales of marriage, or they look at movies sometime and they see a fairy tale depiction. And it's not always like that, you know. That's just not reality because, you know, the Holy Quran says that the male is not like the female. But at the core of us, the essence of us, our Creator wants us to work through that difficulty to come to find a way to make it work, right? Meaning that we can be looking at the same thing. The woman see it totally different than the man see it. But our natures complement each other. That's the beautiful thing about it. If you can work through that difficulty, it's great beauty, it's great majesty in every type of relationship in life. But marriage is the most important relationship. Sometimes your husband or your spouse may be going through something, right, in life, whether it's your husband's work, maybe he's going through something on the job, right? The bosses or the foreman or the manager, someone in the hierarchy is giving him a hard time. And he's not handling it properly when he comes to the house, and maybe the woman is kind of catching the brunt of what's transpiring. But that's where a woman has to be wise enough to, sometimes you probe, sometimes you got to be wise enough to diffuse and let off the gas and let that man relax sometime when he come home, or you know your husband or your man, the man in your life, or you should get to know him, you should study him. And vice versa, brothers. If your woman is working and she doing half of your job as a man, we can't expect for them to do half of our job as men. Come home, cook, clean, rear the children. I mean, come on. That's just not fair. And that's how American society, most men expect women to do half of their work, unfortunately, half of our job. And then we expect consolation, right? No, that's backwards. That's working backwards, right? So it's like if she doing half of your job, as men, we got to do half of our job. We got to help out with the children. We got to wash some dishes. We got to wash some clothes, right? Got to get your hands dirty, bruh. But it's all about just understanding and seeking more knowledge, right? Once you hit a hurdle or a bump in difficulty in marriage, seek a solution, right? If you don't have the knowledge, if no one in the family has the knowledge, go somewhere and get the knowledge. It can be worked through, unless it's nothing that's just, like the person then had a marital affair with somebody else. I can understand those kind of things sometimes are just, tough to deal with, so that's a whole nother level. I'm not talking about breaking the laws of God when it comes to adultery or fornication. That's next level stuff, and it's really on that person. Once you do something of that nature, that's on that particular person, because they're not obligated to you any further, because you broke the contract by having an affair with somebody else, right? So my main point is that for every situation or circumstance, there's a solution if we seek it. But we have to be mature enough, both individuals. It can't be one person trying to work on the marriage and the other person acting holier than thou, right? Because that don't typically work too well. Both people have to be mature enough to acknowledge the problem, wherever the problem is, seek a solution, and then voila, it's done. But if we too arrogant, if we too proud, the scripture says pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. So most relationships today in society, in our families, in the world, are being hurled down at a rapid pace because we won't admit our own problems when it comes to our relationships. We won't admit our own frailties, our own faults, our own mistakes. Our egos are too big. We gotta kill the ego, man. But, once again, let's all give Michelle Obama a virtual salute for, just being honest and transparent with the world. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'm signing off. Peace.